Well, why don't we shift gears and talk about WWE TV? This week is the equivalent of a very minor premium live event. We would call it Friday Night SmackDown, but truly they're billing it as a premium live event with WWE's Tribute to the Troops. It's going
Yeah.
to be airing tomorrow night. And some of the things happening on this card, I think, are going to be worth talking about. Lee, let me run down a few of the things, and you chime in on what you think is interesting in this little segment we do. So we've got a United States Championship tournament that's been playing out on SmackDown to see who the number one contender will be to face Logan Paul for the belt. Tomorrow night, there's going to be two matches on Tribute to the Troops. There's going to be Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar, which is a
Rubber match.
yeah, it's a rubber match from Survivor Series. And then we're going to see Bobby Lashley versus someone we haven't seen on TV in ages, Karrion Kross. I don't know where Karrion Kross has been. What are your thoughts on this United States Championship tournament?
Well, first of all, I think that you doing this is a great way to get around the problem that Logan Paul is not going to be on every single episode. You know, he did say, I'm the champion, I'm going to be here, I'm committed, I'm giving up boxing for this. But let's be honest, he's running what is now a $1 billion drink company, plus a very successful career as an influencer and all that. So he just can't be there all the
Have
time.
you had
This
Prime? Have you tasted it?
I have not, but I'll tell you, when it came out, my son, that was the only thing he could talk about is I need to get a Prime. I need to get a Prime. And we had to look at it,
Wow.
and certainly we had to decide that, you know, he's not old enough to drink the energy version of it.
Yeah.
But there is the hydration water version of it. So we got him a Prime, and it made his week.
Nice.
Like that was his week right there. But then this keeps Logan Paul in the conversation, but not on TV. The Dragon Lee match versus Santos, they haven't done a good job building up the Latino division with that. I mean, I know that's but the LWO, this whole storyline with it, like Ray was a good compelling story, and then the Carlito, you know, getting hurt. I think that's been confirmed that he actually got hurt, and so they kind of threw Dragon Lee in the mix. If they go with the story of Dragon Lee becoming the next Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar being the anti-Rey Mysterio, I'm there for that. I just don't think I think it kind of got hobbled together in the first place. However, Karrion Kross versus Bobby Lashley is intriguing to me because Karrion Kross was famously dominant in NXT. And when he came up, I still don't think he's recovered from like the gimp outfit that they brought him out in and the warrior mask that was like it just what was doing there. He literally said all of these things that work. Um, let's creatively just remove that back. And whoever was booking at the time, it was not a good decision, I don't think there. But on the flip side of that, Bobby Lashley has been built up as literally the dominator. So either you rebuild Bobby Lashley back straight to the main event with this, or Karrion Kross does a dominant performance and suddenly you care about him. What are your
I don't.
thoughts?
I don't see Karrion Kross going over on Bobby Lashley simply because they've been whatever this stable that Lashley is assembling. They're trying to make it relevant. They're trying to make it, and I think it is. I think it is interesting. Bobby
Right.
Lashley is more interesting now than I think he has ever been in the WWE, and yet I want to see him do something where generate some results. It was interesting that he came back and had this almost like a bizarre squash match against Butch last week, and he was telling him, make a name for yourself, kid. And I'm just like, Bobby Lashley, what have you done?
Right.
Like it's time to make a name for yourself and establish yourself as like credible and
Again.
reputable, because
Yeah.
you're the equivalent of like just almost like a Omos, like physical
Ooh.
specimen that's not
Ooh.
like, what is he? He's a dominant physical specimen that's
Two-time WWE champion.
I mean, when was this? You know,
Pandemic era. Yeah.
like when was it?
2022 or
Yeah.
2021.
And Drew McIntyre's angry about not getting any respect. And where's
Right.
about anyway?
Yeah.
Let's go on. So tribute to the troops is going to continue, and we are going to see a female match. Now they've not released the whole card, so we don't know if they're going to be twists and turns, but they're promoting on the card is going to be a marquee singles match: Charlotte Flair versus Asuka one-on-one. Asuka now siding with Damage Control, Kintaro, as Lee called it earlier.
Damage Katarl.
Charlotte Flair getting the babyface push that is so strange to who she is and her history, and yet female. And this is a no DQ. No, that's not correct. That's not true. So it's not a no DQ. That was previous this year. I was just reading on the screen, but so gotcha. Charlotte Flair versus Asuka, tribute for the troops. We got two of the greatest women's champions, NXT champions in history, matching off, and yet kind of a role reversal. The babyface Charlotte.
Yeah, it's interesting. Did you watch the press conference after the Survivor Series PLE?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, the dude in the crowd or in the journalism community who like, now that you and Becky Lynch are old, now that you're washed up, now that you're at the end of your career, like,
that was a weird take.
And
he missed, you know, obviously he misspoke, and she commented on it. But you know what I thought?
He was trying to get there, but she's now at the end of her run, theoretically. Like, she's not, but she is closer towards the end of her career than she is the beginning of her career.
She's not an up and comer anymore.
Right. Unless she's like, still wrestling into her 70s and 80s. Who knows? I mean, that's possible, but yeah.
It's not like her dad still does that, you know? I mean, anyway, whoever her dad might be, you know, and
that's right,
he might be. So it's like,
yeah. So you're gonna give a take on that now?
This is my take: is how do we get in that audience? Now that we are Scopely official content creators, how do we get a press pass to the premium live events to ask the world's dumbest questions in the audience and offend the female superstars and call them old, aged out grandmas, you know, like that guy did? So,
well, hey, and to defend that guy based on what we just talked about, we recognize it was a goof. We recognize that you were trying to tread back to some good waters, and every one of us has been in that position before where we've said something with, that came out of my mouth. So,
and no matter how he tried to fix it, he made it worse. And it was beautiful. If you don't watch the press conferences, I would say that they're some of my favorite. The Triple H report out, he really kind of tells what's coming in the story in the WWE. So I mean, it's good watch. It's a really good watch.
It is. So Asuka dominant win. I hope. I
think it's going to be a real back and forth. I think it's going to be a Damage Control interference with a Charlotte baby, a classic, you know, conquest, good versus evil. We've got so many female troops in the armed services. I think Flair's going over with the win, but I know that Damage Control is going to get pesky. What I really want to know about is this going to be the week, or is it going to be later where where Bayley starts to have a change of heart? Are they going to jump Charlotte Flair post match in such a way that it gets Bayley's attention, where she starts to feel remorse, where she realizes she doesn't fit? Or are the what we called in previous episodes the Yakuza, the secret kind of mafia of bad girls, are they going to subversively continue to push her out?
I hope so. I would love to see at least one run of the 4 horsewomen of NXT. Now we can't mention the one until she's maybe confirmed or not confirmed. It's all speculation whether or not that additional 4th member is going to be available, is going back to WWE.
Bianca's a heck of a replacement. Let me just say
even
that.
Yes, I was going to say, even if they replace,
regardless, like Bianca's an upgrade. I mean, in just about every way. So, I mean,
Wow.
she's dominant, and she's my daughter's favorite superstar. So, like,
There you
I'm
go.
such a homer for Bianca Belair. Like, I really am, and I hope she ends up with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits in whatever this little stable is, and becomes like the Rhea Ripley of it. Like, that would be incredible to have
Oh, I agree.
another like dominant female in a stable. That'd be really cool.
I would love to see that. I keep hoping this Hurt Business 2.0, whatever it's called. I hope that it gets there. I hope that they become the bloodline is fading. Judgment Day's kind of really on top. Let these guys be the horses that are chasing, right?
It'd be
The
really
ones that are
cool.
going after.
And let him be cool. Just let him be
Yeah.
stylish and sophisticated and wealthy and like dominant. Like, it would be really neat to see. Hey, the big news. The big news is this: last week on one of the shows, Randy Orton made it official that he was going to be Team SmackDown. And in light of that, they're now billing that at Tribute to the Troops, CM Punk will be assessing his decision on whether or not he will join Team Raw or Team SmackDown. Do you think we'll have a definitive decision from CM Punk this Friday night?
No, I think they're going to play it out, but I think the cards are kind of on the table there. I mean, Randy Orton signed with SmackDown. They've already got the deal for SmackDown for the next TV rights cycle. Raw is theoretically being shopped around. We don't know any of the behind the scenes on that. And CM Punk would be quite the get for Raw. Plus, they've been building CM Punk versus Rollins. Like, okay, we can't talk behind the scenes with any definitive gaze, but Rollins started trolling CM Punk a
Oh,
year ago,
did he
right?
like
Like, or
social media
more.
or what? What was it?
Yeah, they kind of had some, they had some spatters, spats back and forth, or at least one, even if it was one-sided. But I mean, Rollins has been, whether he's legitimately angry or whether he's been playing the long game,
That's like,
either
is it a
way,
work?
he's been
Doesn't
building
everything
this.
feel like a work? You know,
Right.
so it's like,
Yeah.
are they doing this to leverage something in contract, or is this a work, or is this
Right.
great storytelling? I don't know. That's why I love wrestling, is because like those lines get blurred.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't know if it's a work, and I'm okay like kind of not knowing and kind of maintaining the story, you know, in so many different levels. I love it.
Yeah.
These guys are masterful storytellers. They do it with
Right.
physicality, they do it with their social media, they do it with these promos. They're constantly telling brilliant stories. And one of the biggest
Agree.
stories right now is, what is the destination going to be of CM Punk?
Yeah. I would be shocked if it's not Raw, but I mean, there again, that's the whole character, right? It's the shock and awe. It's the what's going to happen, and maybe they work it out where he gets to be on both shows. Like Brock Lesnar, famously, his contract is I'm a free agent. So's Omos, by the way, which that's a weird one. So is
Whoever the
was one
tag
of the
champs are,
NXT call-ups.
right?
Yeah, I don't
Whoever the
remember which
tag champs
one.
are get to move around between
Right.
shows.
They need to separate those
Whoever the
belts.
women's champ, or who is like, it's like, oh no, the women's tag champs is
The
like
women's
going,
tag, yeah,
yeah.
goes
So it's like,
between.
okay. I mean,
Right.
like, I could see that. Let me just say this. I don't care what show he ends up on, but I want to
Ooh.
see some action, not just talk. I hope there is a kerfuffle this week at Tribute to the Troops. I hope there is some scrapadoo going on between him and another superstar, whether it's actually going to fisticuffs, or whether it's just pushing, or whether it's verbal sparring. I don't want to wait to know who he's going to enter into some conflict with. Like, I want to
Yeah.
see it. I want someone to come out and interrupt CM Punk and say, "You got a big mouth, pal. I'm here to shut it for you." Like,
There you
I'll
go.
open the show with that. Open it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like I just don't, like, we're gonna lose interest if this thing just continues to like where will he go? Who will he? Ooh, like, tune in next
Yeah.
week to find out. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, build. He's not a spring chicken. He's not this young guy who we need to like put him into action immediately. Put
Right.
him into action immediately. Do not Jade Cargill CM Punk. Do not.
Well,
Don't shine him around and then we want where is he? Where is he at? Or what's that? What's the Olympic kid that they brought out in WrestleMania? And now I don't even know his name. They featured
right.
him in WrestleMania. He's the next great superstar and disappeared. Never
Yeah.
to be used. Don't do that to CM Punk. Put him right
Yep.
in a story. Right out.
Yep.
This week. 2 weeks, that's plenty of time.
Yeah, give him someone, but it's not the Seth Rollins story yet, right? Seth Rollins is a WrestleMania build. Give him a Grayson Waller. Let him come back with a little
Yeah.
fanfare and earn the fans chance and appreciation, and then let him start to become the guy that we want to boo. Give us what we want. Give me what I want, Batista. Give me what I want.
Well, okay, so here's the thing too, is like you've got this very special show at in Rhode Island, right? With an audience full of active servicemen and women.
Yeah.
Is that how you're gonna feature like arguably the biggest name on the card? You're gonna have him beauty pageant come out and wave. Like
Right.
that's worthy of a tribute to the troops? I think not. They want to see action. Give them some action, even if it's one chair shot, even if it's one, just anything, right?
Right.
Anything. This should be. It's being advertised the way a PLE is. This is supposed to be a milestone show, not just an ordinary SmackDown. Special
Yep.
audience, special troops, special tribute. They always do these little vignettes on how the armed forces, how they're being honored and how they're being stationed around the world and all these. And it's like, don't let it just be, I'm home.
I mean, that was good for a debut. That was the
Okay.
Bray Wyatt approach too, right? Let him come out, let him just soak in the
No,
fan
the
joy.
difference between the Bray Wyatt approach is I cried actual tears at the Bray Wyatt I'm home.
Yeah.
I ugly cried, grown man, fat guy tears into my beard because he told a story about not being accepted. He
Mm.
told a story about overcoming his own. I mean, there was no kayfabe in that moment. This was the real Bray saying, "This is really me. This is really me, and this is really my story." With Punk, it
Yeah.
was like, okay,
Right. I'm back.
okay,
I'm
do
back.
something, do
Yeah.
something. Yeah, I don't know, do
Well, they have a
something.
chance. They have a chance. And maybe it doesn't happen on Tribute to the Troops if they get it by Raw. But yeah, I think you're right. I think there needs to be there needs to be the starter feud, right? There's always the starter feud. There needs to be Grayson Waller effect or who? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one of the NXT guys. Maybe one of the XT guys comes up and says, "Hey, I looked up to you all my life. This is my chance and I get to take a shot at you." I don't
Oh,
know.
the you know who would be so perfect? The perfect person would be somebody that the fans want to see socked in the mouth like a Baron Corbin. Like
Oh wow.
that would be for Punk to issue comeuppance to
Yeah.
somebody that the fans are just desperate to see the big mouth closed. Now that could be Waller, that could be Theory,
Yeah.
that could be the
That's what
Miz,
I
but
figure.
like Happy Corbin or Baron Corbin, like that would
Right.
be the choice. Like I would celebrate Punk being like, I'm going to shut this guy's mouth right now.
Right.
That would
Nice.
be perfect. So,
Nice.
well, that's it for WWE chat. I get at least WWE TV chat. Lee, take us out today.
Yeah, well, hey, we just want you to know, we are honored to be alongside you. We are honored to be official Scopely content creators for you now. you guys made that happen. Like, as you've supported, as you have liked and shared and commented, like, you don't realize how big a difference that makes.
We're the Daniel Bryans of the content world. They are the ones the thinking back to the Yes movement. Yeah.
Right. That's a bold statement, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. So, anyway, we appreciate you as a community. We love being alongside you, and it is an honor to smash gems together. Bye.